Welcome to Hero Villains. In your opinion, who would win in a battle between Gladiator of Marvel and Superman of DC? Gladiator is the supreme leader of the Shi'ar Empire and one of the most powerful entities in the Marvel universe. His power is directly tied to his confidence in himself. When his will is unshakable, Gladiator can support massive sections of space, move faster than light, endure star-level impacts, and unleash blows capable of tearing reality apart. His body is nearly invulnerable, allowing him to survive in the vacuum of space and withstand the most catastrophic cosmic explosions. Superman is the last son of Krypton, empowered by the yellow sun with strength beyond human limits. He possesses unmatched strength, superluminal speed, the ability to fly, heat vision, and near absolute durability. More importantly, Superman is a symbol of hope with an unyielding spirit and unwavering moral code that allow him to overcome foes who are theoretically more powerful. Before we go deeper into the analysis, please subscribe and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Gladiator not only broke free from the energies of quasar forces that were once capable of stopping attacks from Galactus, but also proved the true extent of his power. In his encounters, he easily defeated notorious opponents such as the Thing, Drax the Destroyer, and the Kree Sentry. Part Kerr warriors formidable enough to make entire armies hesitate. For Gladiator, lifting and moving colossal ships the size of a city is no more difficult than picking up a toy. His brutality is clearly shown when he snapped the neck of Hyperion, a being with power comparable to Kal-El and often regarded as a counterpart to Superman. He once knocked out Black Bolt, defeated Vulcan with only 2 decisive punches, felled Binary in a single blow, and completely overwhelmed Nova Prime. Gladiator even kicked Mjolnir across multiple cities before directly defeating Thor. Against Wonder Man, he struck with such ferocity that the blow could tear the body apart and hurl the opponent into the molten core of a planet. These feats turn the name Gladiator into a living nightmare. He once destroyed an entire planet with only a few punches, leaving regions of space shattered and silent. His son once claimed that Gladiator split a moon in half and tore apart a black hole with his bare hands. Gladiator's power is nearly limitless, both majestic and terrifying enough to make the entire universe wary. Gladiator has repeatedly proven his strength. Defeating the Thing, who can sometimes contend directly with Hulk, is more than enough to demonstrate the warrior's level. Beyond that, Gladiator also defeated Drax the Destroyer, a fighter who once brought down Thanos, the Mad Titan, an opponent capable of challenging Superman and even potentially defeating him. With nothing but raw punches, Gladiator crushed Kree sentries, turning physical strength into a truly destructive weapon. His physical prowess is further demonstrated by lifting and transporting massive ships the size of entire cities. The largest ship ever recorded weighed around 600,000 tons, and in reality, its true weight may have been far greater. When facing Vulcan, an Omega-level mutant whom even Adam Warlock sometimes approaches with caution, Gladiator still achieved an overwhelming victory. Against Binary, a being rated at power level 100 who can transform into a white hole and manipulate the entire electromagnetic energy spectrum, Gladiator needed only a single punch to end the fight. Gladiator can overpower planetary-level entities with his fists alone, and when his confidence surges, that power continues to escalate beyond its initial limits. In terms of lifting strength, Gladiator is usually ranked at multi-star class Y in most cases, since his feats involving Thor and Hyperion are primarily offensive rather than pure lifting. As for attack power, he ranges from planetary level, reaching into solar system scale and even touching high cosmic thresholds. Gladiator possesses such speed that he can freely enter hyperspace using flight alone. His speed exceeds the speed of light by hundreds of times. He is fast enough to keep pace with and directly interact with the Fantastic Four while the team is traveling through the flow of the future, a state of existence where time and space are in constant distortion. Gladiator's reflexes also reach an almost unbelievable level. In an instant, he can accurately count 10 billion sentry micro-robots operating inside his own body, an action that requires nearly instantaneous perception and information processing. The peak of this ability was demonstrated when Gladiator suddenly approached Heimdall in Mighty Thor issue 15. In less than half a second, he crossed a distance of 1 million light years, leaving even the Guardians of Asgard unable to react. If converted into numbers, Gladiator could travel 120 million light years in just 1 minute. With a day consisting of 1,440 minutes, the distance he could cover in a single day exceeds 172 billion light years. When extended over 60 days, the total distance surpasses 10 trillion light years, a figure that overwhelms the imagination of anyone who considers it. Kal Ark renders all conventional notions of survival limits meaningless. He once stood firm against the nova blast of the Human Torch, an explosion whose heat is compared to the surface of the sun and is capable of incinerating ordinary matter in an instant. Not only that, Kal Ark also flew straight through a red sun without hesitation. This durability was further confirmed when he survived the direct whisper of Black Bolt, an attack at planetary level. Explosions unleashed by Thor and Nova likewise left no significant marks on him. The ferocious assaults of Vulcan produced almost no visible effect, while a direct strike to the face from the Phoenix Blade, which carries a portion of the Phoenix Force, still failed to bring him down. Kal Ark even endured a direct blow from Tyrant, the Herald of Galactus, a strike that had previously gravely injured and incapacitated Silver Surfer. The pinnacle of this endurance was shown when Gladiator survived an explosion, described as equivalent to a supernova powerful enough to erase half of a solar system. He also absorbed a portion of the Phoenix Force and forcefully wrenched the Phoenix Blade with the bearing of a fearless warrior. These moments portray Gladiator as a living wall amid a chaotic universe where destruction and rebirth intertwine, and he remains standing, resilient, unyielding, as if he himself were the embodiment of eternal power. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel, as it would help us tremendously, and you are absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Now let us talk about Superman. Superman's lifting strength and striking power have become the benchmark for the concept of transcending limits. With only about 75% of his power, he was able to move the entire Earth, a sphere with a mass of nearly 6 sextillion tons. In the New 52 era, Superman once lifted a weight equal to the mass of Earth for 5 consecutive days, with his body only lightly sweating, and he was still ready to continue if he had not been interrupted. In the post-crisis era, that power was pushed to an even more unbelievable level when Superman stabilized the weight of a black hole. Just a tiny grain of dust from that black hole already weighed the equivalent of 3 times the mass of the sun, a figure reaching into billions of billions of billions of tons. When he was still Superboy, he once chained together all the planets of a dying galaxy and dragged them through space to another galaxy, as if relocating an entire neighborhood. One feat that is often misunderstood is the lifting of the book with infinite pages. Many believe Superman could not lift it, but the truth is different. The book does not contain infinite chapters, but only a single final chapter that holds infinite pages. Superman and Shazam actually succeeded in lifting it. They did not hold the book for long, not because of inability, but because lightning struck and caused them to lose balance. Superman did not give up midway either. He stopped out of concern for Billy. It was Shazam who could no longer continue. These details are often overlooked, leading to incorrect calculations of Superman's strength. Superman's power was also shown when he lifted infinity for a brief moment, and even if it was only half, infinity is still infinity. Together with Wonder Woman, Superman lifted the Spectre, an entity that carries the weight of the consciousness and thoughts of all living beings across eternity. Many claim that eternal time has no weight, which is true in the real world, but within the universe, that concept clearly carries mass, and Superman and Wonder Woman lifted it directly. They did not slow Spectre down, as proven by the green aura that continued to blaze when the power was released. Superman also pulled the Staff of the Source and Darkseid out of the Source Wall, an act considered to require immeasurable strength. He has lifted a black hole, a star, and even a pocket dimension with infinite mass. This makes Superman's lifting strength not only immense, but beyond all definitions of infinity. His punches carry a similarly destructive nature. Superman can shatter asteroids heading toward Earth, and has stated that his punch is powerful enough to split the moon in half or crush small planets. He once punched Wonder Woman from the sun straight back to Earth at nearly light speed. Another punch struck Hell, creating a shockwave that traveled from the core of Earth all the way to the Watchtower. When he learned that Lex Luthor had become president, Superman flew straight through a moon as if it were only thin mist. He once shattered a dark moon with a punch carrying infinite mass, then continued to tear through time and space, destroying countless illusions across different realities. Superman's punches when facing Rogal Zar were so violent that a single blow caused an entire dimension to tremble as if the universe itself had been struck by an invisible hammer. Not stopping there, he once defeated the god Brainiac with just one punch. The consequences of that moment spread across the multiverse, causing every version of Brainiac existing in different realities to fall simultaneously. Nearly countless incarnations were defeated at once, and in the battle between Superman and Superboy Prime, their punches were so powerful that they disrupted the order of nearly infinite universes. The entire multiverse, including space and time, stood on the brink of collapse. That power was enough to destroy all multidimensional structures, if not for timely intervention. It was Wonder Woman who appeared, stopped the catastrophe, and prevented the multiverse from being erased, a detail often overlooked when this battle is mentioned. Superman's power was recorded in Justice League issue 25. In the moment, he flew through a sun and continued onward at unmatched speed, piercing through multiple suns in succession. Superman was like a living arrow tearing through the blazing universe by sheer will alone. With only a single punch, Superman defeated the World Forger, a multiversal level entity, and at the same time fractured the sixth dimension. This is a realm that even Mr. MXIZ-PTLK has acknowledged as beyond all imagination and nearly impossible to reach. Superman once flew from Vega to Earth, a distance of 25 light years at an estimated speed more than 50 million times faster than light. On another occasion, he traveled from Pluto back to Earth in just 10 to 15 seconds, reaching speeds thousands of times greater than light. In the New 52 era, Superman even returned to Earth from the edge of the universe in only 60 days, crossing a minimum distance of 100 trillion light years, equivalent to more than 600 trillion times the speed of light. Superman's finite speed was demonstrated when he destroyed all of Mandrak's monitor ships across the multiverse, which spans at least 200 trillion light years before a human heart could complete a single beat. When empowered by the energy of all the stars, Superman reached a level of speed where within just a few nanoseconds he fought multiple versions of himself and flew through hypertime in an instant. A velocity that cannot be measured, Superman once endured a direct punch from the claw of Horus, an attack with planetary level power, and remained standing. Matter manipulation did not bring Superman down, but instead ignited his fury and fighting will as the Man of Steel. He survived within a cosmic storm capable of transforming both matter and energy, endured a supernova explosion, and continued to exist after being struck by Darkseid's Omega beams, a force powerful enough to erase an entire universe. Superman has been submerged inside black holes, withstood the explosive lightning of Zeus, endured a direct punch from Emperor Joker, and still refused to fall. He survived the explosion of the Sun Eater, escaped the catastrophe caused by the Imperiex probe, and endured attacks from the Void Hound, an entity that once destroyed 10 star systems in a single test. At one point, Superman stood at the very center of an explosion 50 times more powerful than the Kepler supernova, and then survived the direct collision between Apocalypse and New Genesis, two planets vastly larger than Earth. Each time he returns, Superman not only survives but grows stronger, as if adversity itself is the fuel that forges his will. All of these moments together transform the Man of Steel into a symbol of absolute endurance, a being who can stand amid annihilation and continue to safeguard hope for all of reality. But when Superman and Gladiator are compared, the contrast is clear. Superman holds an overwhelming physical advantage, from lifting strength and striking power beyond standard limits to extremely fast reflexes and nearly limitless durability and stamina. He is also one of the most iconic symbols whose name is inseparable from hope and protection. Although fame does not directly decide the outcome, it still carries significant psychological weight in any confrontation. Gladiator, on the other hand, is the embodiment of pure combat skill. He excels in close quarters, fighting is rich in real battle experience, and does not hesitate to use brutality to finish an opponent. Years of warfare have honed Gladiator's fighting instincts to a terrifying degree, turning every strike into a life or death decision. Superman also has clear limitations. Hand-to-hand combat skill is not his greatest strength, and he consistently tends to restrain his power excessively. His compassion can sometimes become a burden, causing him to hold back even when the situation demands otherwise. In contrast, Gladiator is inferior in strength, speed, and durability, and he still possesses inherent weaknesses. His brutality sometimes leads him to choose the wrong opponents to antagonize, and that image does not earn him much favor. The physical advantage leans entirely towards Superman, while experience and combat skill favor Gladiator. This warrior is willing to throw everything he has into the fight, while Superman remains bound by his familiar restraint. Under the rules of the match, Gladiator enters the battle with absolute confidence, something that cannot be eroded no matter how many times Superman defeats him. At the same time, Gladiator is not allowed to use Kryptonite or a red sun to weaken his opponent. These conditions turn the encounter into a tense clash between raw power and an uncompromising warrior instinct. Superman ultimately no longer holds back his strength. He channels his superior physicality into every movement, unleashing a relentless barrage of hammer-like punches while perfectly attacking and evading every counter from Gladiator. Kallark is quickly forced into a defensive position, his body continuously absorbing crushing blows. Superman releases his heat vision at maximum output, a blazing stream of energy that engulfs Gladiator and drives him to scream in pain. The moment his opponent breaks free from the freezing layer of super breath, Superman instantly charges in and delivers another merciless punch. The following strikes grow heavier and more precise, each impact steadily wearing down Gladiator's stamina and will. Even so, Kallark manages to rise and launch a desperate counterattack. Superman stops the punch cold and responds with even greater force as an absolute declaration. He hurls Gladiator straight into space, then sends him crashing back to Earth at superluminal speed. The impact generates a catastrophic shockwave that shakes the entire planet and nearly pushes Earth to the brink of annihilation. Superman continues to dominate, lifting Gladiator, burning him with heat vision and punching him through multiple buildings, leaving devastation in his wake. As he rises into the sky and looks down, Superman witnesses the full extent of the destruction he himself has caused. Although Gladiator is the far more skilled fighter, Superman's strength, speed, and durability are simply far beyond those of a counterpart like Gladiator. The winner is Superman. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That is today's video. Thank you very much.